Setting up. Okay, we are live. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jackie Gralick. I am the admissions specialist for Morris County Vocational School District, and we are very excited to have you here with us tonight for our Share Time programs that are run in partnership with the County College of Morris. We've got a great night planned for you to learn all about the incredible programs and all the good stuff that's going on. So thank you again for joining us. Just to get us started, I want to remind you that you were sent a link in your email that you registered for this evening by Gina DiDomenico, our Student Recruitment and Community Relations Specialist. That has all of the links for all of the sessions this evening, which we will also go over at the end of this general presentation, as well as a link to send us questions, where we're going to be following up with everyone's email addresses, with links to all the presentations from this evening, as well as a frequently asked questions based upon the questions that were submitted this evening. So don't be shy, go ahead and as a question comes in, feel free to use that link from the email that Ms. DiDomenico sent you. But I'd like to get started by introducing all of the wonderful players that are here this evening. These are all the people that are making these incredible programs happen. So up first, we have Sherry Castelli, our Assistant Superintendent from Morris County Vocational School District. We also have Patrick Enright. Patrick is the County College of Morris Vice President of Professional Studies and Applied Sciences. We have Mr. Michael Gowdy, Morris County Vocational School District Grants and Satellite Program Manager. Ms. Tracy Amadeo, the Morris County Vocational School District College and Career Counselor, and she is the liaison for all of our Share Time programs, so students get to know her very well. We have Kathleen Naz, the Dean of the School of Business, Mathematics, Engineering, and Technologies. Professor Tom Roskopf. Tom is the EDM professor. You're going to get to know him this evening. Colleen Bamford, the chair to the Information Technologies Department. Dawn Rywalt, Cybersecurity and Information Protection Program professor. You're going to get to know this evening. We have Colleen Pascal. Colleen Pascal is the Morris County Vocational School District Law and Public Safety teacher. She is also a County College of Morris adjunct Criminal Justice Department professor and a retired detective sergeant. You're going to get to know her this evening in our criminal justice presentation. We have Benny Fuentes, the chair of the Engineering Technologies and Engineering Sciences programs. We have Mark Cosgrove, the Culinary Arts and Hospitality Program Professor and Department Chair. You're going to get to know him in the presentation for his program this evening. Again, Gina DiDomenico. Students, you may have gotten to know her in your presentations through your schools. Ms. DiDomenico is our Student Recruitment and Community Relations Specialist. And again, myself, Jackie Gralick, I am the Admissions Specialist. So we just wanted you to see all of the friendly faces and all of the heart and soul that goes into these programs this evening. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are going to explain to you all the great stuff that is going on at Morris County Vocational School District and County College of Morris. Okay, Ms. Amadeo, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gralick. What a great introduction. Thanks for taking care of just linking everyone together. So welcome, everyone. My name is Tracy Amadeo. I'm the College and Career Counselor for the Morris County Vocational School District. And I work very closely with our satellite programs up at CCM. So you're going to be with me until 7 o'clock. And then you're going to get a chance to warp over and explore each of the 4 different programs to just get a little deeper dive into that. So we're going to start with the shallow end, and I'm going to give you a nice umbrella of what these programs are, what their purpose is, and kind of the nuts and bolts of everything so you understand, because it really is a special opportunity. So what is the purpose of these programs? Well, we, Morris County Vocational School District, and our CCM partnership are giving you access as a high school junior to college level coursework and credits. You will be building your high school transcript, just like you were in high school, situation normal there. And then you're also building at the same time a permanent college transcript with the County College of Morris. We are dipping you in. We are fully immersing you into a career and technical education experience. It is career focused. Some of you might be panicking. I don't know what I want to be. My students, I don't know what I want to do when I get older. I don't even know what major I want to explore. That's okay. And we'll talk about that as the evening goes on. Not only are we picking you up and immersing you in the experience, we're doing it on a college campus. Now, the world is temporarily upside down, but as it rights itself, you're going to see an increasingly number of colleges opening up their campuses again. And as the world rights itself, we are putting you on the college campus. Half of your day you're going to spend in your home district high school. The other half you're going to be on the campus of the County College of Morris. And some of you may even have an opportunity to accelerate to earn an associate's degree while you're still in high school. Some of you may continue just a couple more credits, potentially just another 2 semesters, and finish up your associate's degree, which is an amazing opportunity. And working with CCM, CCM is a 2-year community college that terminates in the associate's degree. And knowing it's a 2-year college, many people do go on to a 4-year. They have incredible articulation agreements with 4-year colleges around the country, and even some internationals, I think. So we have all those accesses and resources together with these programs. So let's see what else we have cooking. Let me show you these programs. Next slide. Next slide, please. We have 4 programs: cybersecurity, culinary arts and hospitality, EDM, which is engineering, design, and advanced manufacturing. We did have a name change last year. My guidance counselors who are with me tonight or who are watching this recorded, sometimes courses change, names might be tweaked, but in a partnership that is so designed as ours with industry partners, with college partners, with high school partners. There's so many stakeholders. We do have slight modifications from year to year, but this is our engineering program. We right now offer that program from 1210 to 250. There is some talk that we may be adding another cohort of EDM in the morning as well. And then our criminal justice program is our newest program. We're excited to start, and you could hear a little bit about that later. But you see how we split up the day. So my high school students, you're still going to be in your home district high school. Let's say you go to Morris Knowles High School. Well, if you're thinking about criminal justice, say, you will spend 8 o'clock to 10:50 in the morning at CCM, and then your afternoon at Morris Knowles High School. We call these share time programs. Next slide, please. Pathways. I love this. As a former science teacher, I'm all about the flow chart. So I happen to love this flow chart because this just says, a picture's worth 1,000 words. What am I going to do with this? What is this program about? But before we dive into this flow chart, now you're all looking at it, and I appreciate that. I want you to also, this goes to all the grown-ups in the room, all the adults. We know that life is not necessarily linear. So we know that A plus B doesn't always equal C. And that's especially true when it comes to career development. Many of us in our careers, it was not linear. We took lots of side tracks, and as a result, our experiences have shaped who we are. All of our diverse experiences, our learning experiences, even our big old mistakes have shaped who we are. So we're offering you this incredible, well put together program that's a marriage of high school and college credits. And what do we do with this? Where do we go? Where could you go? Well, I can tell you we have students who finish the program and end up at a 4-year university. And our professors can talk about that. And I, as the counselor for the program, I'm happy to talk to you about that. I'm going to hang out in the session after and answer any questions that you need. We have students who can just stick around and finish up the associate's degree because we're already, Morris County Vocational School District is paying, this is no cost to you. We are financing all of the credits for the program. So in many cases, our students just need 1 more year of college work after they finish high school, and they're getting their associate's degree. And then, of course, workforce development. I don't know if you've seen the campus, if you're familiar with the programs. It is a robust, prolific program that, guess what? They're part of the partnership as well. So we're talking about workforce development. We're talking about apprenticeships, internships. You have the resources of CCM, and Morris County Vocational School Districts. It's incredible. So are we going to stay? So when we finish up, we can go to a 4-year program, or you can even go right to industry, and students could probably start making just as much money as I do. And I have 24 years in. There's a hot job market, and all eyes are on CCM, workforce development, these kind of hubs to recruit for workforce for placement. So next slide, and let's see what we have coming up. So you're going to be warped over at 7 o'clock to all the different professors, each different session, and they're going to go over what it looks like. For my parents in the house, for my school counselors and other guests who have a college experience under their belt, you know that in the high school world and the college world, the calendars are different. So we're talking about a fall semester and a spring semester, traditional college calendars. For our first year, all of our students, culinary, engineering, cybersecurity, and criminal justice, the year one is going to mimic the same full year calendar as high school students. So all of our courses, yes, it's fall and spring split up with different semesters, but we're going to keep that whole calendar, and we'll talk about that later too. The second year is very exclusive. You are in college. So those are our culinary courses. Why don't we go to, and listen, parents and students, you can go back and look at these and hit pause as when you go back and watch it on, that's recorded. And I'm apologizing for my dog who's in the background here. She should be crying soon, on cue. Next slide, please. These are our engineering courses. You're going to see there's a wind term there, and sometimes we throw in a wind term class, sometimes we don't. We're working with, working again in high school and college. There's lots of variables involved. All of our programs are accredited, and we have advisory boards who tell us what is industry looking for, and what does it look like when we go to a 4-year program, finishing up our 2-year. So consequently, sometimes we have a wind term, sometimes we do not. Sometimes we use it for remediation, sometimes we do not. We have that, fortunately, we have that flexibility. So let's see what else we have. Ms. Gralick? Our cybersecurity courses, you see the pattern here. We have our year 1 fall classes, some wind terms, some early summer. You'll see there's some industry certifications. Industry certifications are a thing. We will tie those to all of our programs. And then year 2, we have our coursework. Next slide, please. And our criminal justice course is, our program is the newest, and we're excited to have the rollout tonight. Again, you'll see the pattern here. Year 1, fall, year 1, spring, year 2, fall, year 2, spring. Next slide, please. All right, so my high school students, you are in 2 different worlds when you enter our share time programs at the County College of Morris. So there are some of you, and I believe the statistic is 1 in 5. 1 in 5 of us has a 504 or an IEP. We need you to understand there's a process in place that is going to make sure we take you from the high school world to the college world the very best that we can. The world of high school for IEPs and 504s, what we can provide in a high school is it's a lot more than is typically applied in the college classroom. So we will help you, and we will walk you through the steps to make sure that services transfer, but it's not an exact transfer, it's not direct. So for my students who have IEPs and 504s, my parents who've walked them through it all, you know the process, we will partner with you, and we will work with your home district, case managers, school counselors. All the school counselors across the county, they're like cousins to me. I know all of them because I've worked with them, because we share students. So we're happy to work with you through that process. Next slide, please. Okay, I talked about this partnership, right? We have 2 different worlds coming together, and they're pretty wonderful worlds because between the 2 of us, the resources are incredible. At the CCM side as well, we recognize our share time satellite students at CCM have all of the rights and access as any other college student on campus. That includes the tutoring center. That includes using the resources in the library center and even the fitness center. I know it might sound silly, but the kids really get excited. Like, I can go work out. It's like, yes, you have a student ID card. You even have a student discount card because you have a student ID card. So there's a lot of like really cool benefits. The only thing I will tell you is no athletics. So I'm sorry to my sweet phenoms who want to accelerate in the sports world. Enjoy your time in high school because the NCAA has lots of rules. That's a separate story, and your guidance counselor and I could always partner on that too and clear up any questions that you have. Internships. So not only do we have the Career Services Center at CCM, but we also have our Services Center at Morris County Vocational School District. So again, career fairs. If it's happening at CCM, doors are open for you. If it's happening at Morris County Vocational School District, doors are open for you. And then last but certainly not least is you do have that direct line to an easy peasy transition to just finish up your associates. I think the application for us they've specialized it for our students where literally it takes 90 seconds to fill out and you're just in. It's seamless. It's seamless. Next slide, please. Okay, so because we're still in high school, we have to focus on where our boots are on the ground. We do have to get you through high school as well. So we're not going to sacrifice your high school courses for these extra courses. So let's see what dual credit means. Well, again, you're building all of your coursework is going to be credited on a permanent college transcript and a high school transcript. So on the high school side, you have to take CTE requirements. That's career and technical education. You may, and my school counselors in the house, it's the 21st century career credits. We cover it, the whole 20 credits a year for our program. We can also give you personal finance, by the way. We do have, I don't know if that's in a slide anywhere, but I got to throw it in because I'm a school counselor. But we can offer you personal finance courses online at no cost. I just need to work with your home district on that. But so far it's been awesome. Many students have taken advantage of it. Again, the partnerships we have, not just with CCM, but with the home districts across the county have really, we've grown together so well together. That was redundant, but you know what I mean. They know where to find us if they have any questions, and we're not shy at all. So we will give you, oh, there it is. There's the money skill right there, right in front of me. See what happens when I read from bullet to bullet. CCM courses count for 3 credits in college. Some are 4, some are 2, but typically they're 3 credits. On the high school side, they're 2.5 credits because they're half year. So a full year course would be 5 high school credits. So half a year is the 2.5. Next slide, please. And we talked about calendars. So let's talk about high school coursework. You have how many weeks of high school? About 40 weeks of high school into 4 marking periods. Well, let's just take a math course, for example. Let's say you're taking, let's say in college, you're taking probability and stats. And the high school version of that would be advanced placement probability and stats. Okay, so AP classes are the same rigor as high school classes. And an AP class in high school is taught over about 35 weeks, but that in college is taught in 15 weeks. So I need you to start thinking about this, my students and parents. When we're talking about college level courses, we're talking about calendars, we're talking about attendance, please understand that courses that are typically taught in one school year, 35, 40 weeks, are taught in 15 weeks. Okay, so that's a big consideration if you're thinking about applying to the program. Can I handle this? You know, not everyone can. Most can, but the pace and the rate of instruction is something that may come as an adjustment. But that's why you have me as well, because I am a school counselor and I am here to help out and link with your home district school counselor to make sure you are successful in using your resources. My year 2 students are going to follow the CCM schedule exactly. So if your spring break for Montville High School is 1 week and CCM is another week, guess what? CCM is what you are following. Okay, so we are following year 1 follows your traditional Morris County Vocational School District calendar, and year 2 is just following the CCM calendar. Orientation, absolutely. You're mine. You will be mine, and I will teach you everything you need to know. And you will have lots of questions, and I will help you with a follow-up on that. But there's a mandatory orientation for all applicants, and that'll be in August. We'll go over all the coursework and all the requirements. All right, next slide, please. Transportation, there's a lot of wheels in motion here, and that's not figurative language. I'm being very literal, and there's a lot to manage. You need to know that Morris County Vocational School District is your advocate. It is arranged by your home district. We will advocate for you the best that we can. And it does take, I think you can ask any one of the professors who's been in the program with us and our program manager. It's always a challenge that first week and a half, but we get it. We're patient, we're flexible. We've all learned how to kind of bend and stretch to make things work. So we are pioneers with this program. There are no programs like this around. I believe Eden was only the second one in the country that has meshed the way we design our curriculum and use our resources together with our Morris County Vocational School District and the County College of Morris. So the consequence of being pioneers is we have to learn from mistakes sometimes, and there's bumps on the road, but we get through them. Such is life. My after school activities, my athletes, I know I have 2 boys of my own at Morris Knowles. They have practice after school. The rule is talk with your professors, get your work done, work out a plan. We have had students on the football team, soccer team, baseball, swim. We've had students in marching band, which is like a lifestyle. That is like a whole other time demand. Have successfully been able to get back to class, to get back to campus, maybe 10 minutes late, maybe early, but we can work with you on an individual basis. You do not have to be quitting any of your after school activities. We just have to address it and figure out a compromise. Oh yeah, CCM, it's a college. You can drive there. We will give you a parking permit. We will give you a spot. You just have to get a parking permit. But that kind of poses a problem if you are a junior and you are not yet allowed to drive to campus at your high school. So again, we can work out things with you. We're not going to tell your home district to change their rules for us, but certainly will help advocate for you. Next slide, please. Option 2, it's one of my favorite things to talk about, and I'll try not to go too long about it, be mindful of our time. But I have a few students every year who partner. They ask their guidance counselor, how do I pull this off? And then the guidance counselor, me, supervisors, assistant superintendents, we put our heads together. Students are able, in many districts, not all, students are able to take extra courses at County College of Morris on your dime. Okay, so we don't pay for those courses, but you can and take an extra English class, a history class, and actually check off the high school graduation boxes while also earning an associate's degree. So you can go beyond and take extra courses and get your associate's degree the same time you are getting your high school diploma. I feel like I'm Oprah Winfrey now giving out cars, but it is a very cool, exciting thing that you can have that opportunity. And we're happy to work with you on that. Next slide, please. All right, grading metrics. Again, my home districts, we're not going to tell them how to run their schools. We're Morris County Schools. We're very fortunate to have the resources that we do and to have the great public schools just kind of all around us. Morris County Vocational School District is never going to come in and say, hey, school district, change all your rules, change the way you grade. That's not being a supportive partner. But we will say, we recommend that these courses are weighted as honors classes. They're tantamount rigor to AP classes. Let you think about that. So we, in our report card that we transcribe to the school counselors, we consider them honors classes and weight them as such, but your school district may vary. Had to say it. Next slide, please. I love a slide. So Ms. Gralick and I are going to talk about this slide together because we're like, this is where admissions and school counseling kind of merges together. So our students, my parents, are you ready to dive into college level work? It is tantamount to an AP class. Students, you have to know how to get around campus, hopefully follow directions okay, no shenanigans. Sorry, there's my dog barking as usual. So please also know that this program is designed for students to explore careers. This is not like I'm not giving you classes that are guaranteed to transfer to a four-year college. That's not the purpose or focus of this program. Yes, you're going to get some college credits, but we're going to give you a learning experience that is very unique and meaningful. If you stick with it, awesome, good for you. If you decide that this is not your cup of tea, that's fine. No one will ever be able to take those courses away from you. You have that experience, and it is of no financial cost to you. So please know that it's a career-focused program. Our curriculum is developed by advisory boards, and these advisory boards have industry partners on them. They're telling us, hey, you're still teaching this? No, you need to teach this because this is the computer program that we want our entry-level employees to be fluent in. True story, we actually rearranged some of the courses around in our cybersecurity program just by listening to our industry partners. So students also be mature enough to self-advocate. We're not psychics. So my parents, and I'm saying this with my parent hat on, if you're the parent who has a lot of frequent emails back and forth with teachers like, oh, Alex didn't do his homework again, just checking in, that's, something to be aware of, and have that discussion with the school counselor, have a discussion with me if you'd like, and we could see if there's things we could put in place to help out. But we really want you to be mature enough, shenanigan free, to come to campus and pull this off to be successful.
All right. Thank you so much, Tracy. Always a hard act to follow. She's super passionate about these programs. But this is a great segue because what I want to discuss is how to apply. So, we talked about what the programs look like, and you're in just a few minutes going to have an opportunity to jump right into the sessions with the professors to really get in depth into each program. But we want to give you the tools to apply to these great programs. We've made everything safe and easy, and it is all accessible through the internet. Parents and students, you're going to initiate an online application through the Morris County Vocational School District website. It's going to start with a handbook. It's not a long read, just a few pages. It has everything you need for the tools of success through the admissions process top to bottom. So I suggest everyone please read that. You're going to enter in your basic information, who you are, where you live, what school you're going to, and you are going to hit submit. What's going to happen is a couple of things. First, you're going to get a confirmation page. Make sure that you print that. If you don't have access to a printer at that moment, you will also receive it in an email, as well as you have something called an applicant status page that you can log in all throughout. So print this release form when you can, get that over to your school counselor. They cannot submit the information that's required for the application, which we'll go over, without that release form. You are also, when you hit submit, we have sending district relationships with all of our Morris County schools, and an automatic email goes to your school representative that says that John Smith from Morris Knowles has applied to cybersecurity. Again, the school counselor cannot input their information until they get that release form, but we have a nice smooth system. So the school counselors are going to get your release form. They now know that you've applied, and they work with us each year so seamlessly, and they're going to input the following data. They're going to give us information from 9th grade and the first marking period of 10th grade for conduct. That's why it's very important that Ms. Amadeo talked about that safe and responsible and mature behavior being, you really are a college student on this campus. We want to make sure that we have students that are exhibiting safe and responsible behaviors to go be on a college campus at a younger age. They're also going to input attendance. These are college level courses. Parents, you remember back in college when you missed a class, you miss a lot. So attendance is very important. We are going to look at GPA. We're also going to take a look at if you have an IEP or a 504, which Ms. Amadeo spoke about how that works in a college setting. We want to make sure that we're setting students up for success and not failure. So we do review those, our child study team, to make sure that it is an appropriate placement for you at this time. What we've added in this year is we've added in a teacher recommendation. So this is when you are inputting your application, you're going to put in a teacher of your choice. Yes, your choice. Any high school teacher that you had or currently have, it can be any class. So make sure you're putting in their correct information. Check that email address. They are also going to get an automatic email letting them know that you have applied. They are not filling out a letter of recommendation, a traditional one where they're writing a letter. They are answering a form response that only we have access to the results on. But make sure that you get that correct email address. Applicants, school counselors, you will be informed of the final results via email of either acceptance, waitlist, or unfortunate non-acceptance, and that's anticipated for early to mid-May. The application is currently open and it's going to close on March 26th. I always suggest getting your application in sooner rather than later. Dot all those I's, cross those T's, and get that off your plate and you're good to go. So we greatly encourage an earlier application. Help us to make sure your file is complete. You will get automatic emails. You will get an email when your school counselor submits your application. So make sure you get them that release form. Make sure you get that email. We are all very busy in education. So just make sure that if you haven't seen your school counselor input that information, just give them a polite reminder. Make sure that they did receive the email from us and that you did get them that release form. But this part should be the easy part of the process. We want to make it smooth. So what's going to happen up next? So it is 7 o'clock now. I want to make sure that everybody knows how this is going to work for the evening. So you received an email from Ms. Domenico. You registered for this evening, and you're now going to be able to go into whatever sessions you'd like. So if you look on the screen, you can see 3 different time frames, 7:10 to 7:30. We're going to have a short little break if you need to run to the restroom, get a glass of water, put on your comfy pants. And then again, a 10-minute break, 7:40 to 8 p.m., 10-minute break, 8:10 to 8:30 p.m. So 3 times in a row, all of the presentations that you see on the bottom of the screen are going to be presented. So you can go to all of them. If you say, nope, I'm only here for this program, you can go to just that first one and head on out, whatever your heart desires. It's kind of make your own way. And this is designed how we used to do it on the physical campus. We wanted to make sure you had that flexibility. Again, we are recording these sessions. We are going to follow up with everyone who registered with all of the links. So if you missed anything or if your time is run out, don't worry. We will make sure that you have that information. We also have a general questions session. So if you're just not sure, you have a question that hasn't been answered, hop in. We'll be there throughout the evening. So check your email from Ms. Domenico. If you are just joining us, you just stumbled upon this and weren't able to register. If you go to our website, mcvts.org/apply, go to the share time programs, Ms. Domenico has actually linked everything there as well. So we have a couple different ways to do this. You also have access to, in the email, the link to submit frequently asked questions, and we will be following up with answers to all of those. So thank you so much for being with us in this general session to learn what is a share time program, how does this work on a college campus with our wonderful partner of County College of Morris. Go please explore the programs, go to any and all. We look forward to seeing you in just a few minutes. And thank you so much for being with us in this general session.